Lilacs by Amy Lowell. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. Reading by Bologna Times. Lilacs, false blue, white, purple, color of lilac. Your great puffs of flowers are everywhere in this, my New England. Among your heart-shaped leaves, orange orioles hop like music-box birds and sing their little weak soft songs in the crooks of your branches. The bright eyes of song sparrows sitting on spotted eggs peer restlessly through the light and shadow of all springs. Lilacs in dooryards, holding quiet conversations with an early moon. Lilacs watching a deserted house, settling sideways into the grass of an old road. Lilacs, wind-beaten, staggering under a lopsided shock of bloom above a cellar dug into a hill. You are everywhere. You were everywhere. You tapped the window when the preacher preached his sermon, and ran along the road beside the boy going to school. You stood by pasture bars to give the cows good milking. You persuaded the housewife that her dishpan was of silver, and her husband an image of pure gold. You flaunted the fragrance of your blossoms through the wide doors of custom houses. You, and sandalwood, and tea, charging the noses of quill-driving clerks. When a ship was in from China, you called to them, "Goosequill men, May is the month for flitting," until they writhed on their high stools, and wrote poetry on their letter-sheets behind the propped-up ledgers. Paradoxical New England clerks, writing inventories and ledgers, reading the Song of Solomon at night. So many verses before bedtime, because it was the Bible. The dead fed you amid the slant stones of graveyards. Pale ghosts who planted you came in the night time and let their thin hair blow through your clustered stems. You are of the green sea, and of the stone hills which reach a long distance. You are of elm-shaded streets with little shops where they sell kites and marbles. You are of great parks where everyone walks and nobody is at home. You cover the blind sides of greenhouses and lean over the top to say a hurry word through the glass to your friends, the grapes inside. Lilacs, false blue, white, purple, color of lilac. You have forgotten your Eastern origin. The veiled women with eyes like panthers. The swollen, aggressive turbans of jeweled pashas. Now you are a very decent flower. A reticent flower. A curiously clear-cut, candid flower. Standing beside clean doorways. Friendly to a house-cat and a pair of spectacles. Making poetry out of a bit of moonlight and 100 or 2 sharp blossoms. Maine knows you, has for years and years. New Hampshire knows you, and Massachusetts and Vermont. Cape Cod starts you along the beaches to Rhode Island. Connecticut takes you from a river to the sea. You are brighter than apples, sweeter than tulips. You are the great flood of our souls bursting above the leaf shapes of our hearts. You are the smell of all summers, the love of wives and children, the recollection of the gardens of little children. You are state houses and charters, and the familiar treading of the foot to and fro on a road it knows. May is lilac here in New England. May is a thrush singing "Sun up" on a tip-top ash tree. May is white clouds behind pine trees, puffed out and marching upon a blue sky. May is a green as no other. May is much sun through small leaves. May is soft earth, and apple blossoms, and windows open to a south wind. May is a full light wind of lilac from Canada to Narragansett Bay. Lilacs, false blue, white, purple, color of lilac. Heart leaves of lilac all over New England. Roots of lilac under all the soil of New England. Lilac in me because I am New England. Because my roots are in it. Because my leaves are of it. Because my flowers are for it. Because it is my country, and I speak to it of itself and sing of it with my own voice, since certainly it is mine. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.